Today's journey begins not in the outside world but within your own inner universe, a universe that has existed inside you since the very beginning, yet often remains unseen, unacknowledged, and unexplored. This journey is about recognizing your own qualities, discovering the strengths that are quietly shaping your life, understanding the abilities that define who you truly are, and awakening the self-esteem that has always been waiting beneath the noise of doubts, fears, and comparisons. When people talk about self-esteem, they often imagine it as confidence, boldness, or a loud sense of certainty. But true self-esteem is much deeper, much calmer, and much more personal than that. It is the gentle understanding of your own worth, the quiet knowledge of your strengths, and the inner acceptance of who you are. Recognizing your qualities is a powerful act, but it is also a deeply emotional one because it requires you to look at yourself honestly, not through the eyes of the world, not through the shadow of your fears, but through the clarity of your own inner truth. Every person walking on this earth, whether they realize it or not, carries a collection of qualities, strengths, talents, sensitivities, instincts, and unique energies that make them irreplaceable. Yet most people live their entire lives without discovering even a fraction of what they possess internally. This happens because the world teaches us to look outward for our worth, in achievements, in approval, in validation, in comparison, in praise, in recognition, or in the expectations of others. We grow up learning how to meet standards set by the world but very rarely learn how to meet our own soul, how to listen to our inner voice, how to see our inner gifts, or how to appreciate the qualities that make us who we are. And so, somewhere along the way, we forget how to see ourselves clearly. We forget how to value ourselves. We forget how to recognize our qualities. Think about how many times in your life you have dismissed your own strengths. Perhaps someone complimented your patience and you shrugged it off. Perhaps someone appreciated your kindness and you told yourself it wasn't a big deal. Perhaps someone told you they admire your courage and you said it was nothing. We minimize our qualities because we have been taught to believe that unless something is extraordinary, massive, loud, or publicly recognized, it doesn't count. But the truth is that the most powerful qualities are often the quietest ones. Patience, kindness, understanding, empathy, resilience, creativity, discipline, emotional intelligence, intuition, these are not small things. These are the foundations of meaningful human life, yet we often overlook them because they feel too natural, too effortless, or too familiar to us. We think that if something comes naturally to us, it must not be valuable. But that is where we misunderstand ourselves the most. Your qualities are not defined by how dramatic they appear but by how deeply they shape your life. Your ability to comfort someone might change their entire day. Your ability to listen might heal someone's heart when they feel unheard. Your ability to stay calm in chaos might inspire someone who is falling apart. Your ability to think creatively might solve a problem others thought had no solution. Your ability to stay hopeful might give strength to someone who has lost faith. Your ability to stand back up after failing might inspire someone who is struggling. Your qualities matter not because the world notices them, but because they make you who you are. Recognizing your qualities requires reflection. It requires emotional honesty. It requires silence, not the silence around you, but the silence inside you. The kind of silence where you are not arguing with yourself, not judging yourself, not comparing yourself, and not doubting yourself. This silence allows you to finally hear your inner voice, the voice that knows you better than anyone else ever will. This voice has been speaking to you your entire life, but the noise of the world has often drowned it out. The voice of judgment, criticism, expectation, fear, and comparison often becomes so loud that you forget you even have an inner voice. But the moment you begin listening again, something changes. You start understanding yourself in a new way. You start seeing qualities you never realized you had. You start recognizing the strength in your softness, the courage in your consistency, the beauty in your patience, and the wisdom in your experiences. Self-esteem begins when you understand that your qualities are real, valuable, and meaningful. But many people fear recognizing their qualities because they confuse self-awareness with arrogance. They believe that acknowledging their strengths will make them seem proud or egoistic. But recognizing your qualities is not arrogance, it is self-respect. Arrogance exaggerates abilities. Self-esteem acknowledges them. Arrogance compares itself to others. Self-esteem compares itself only to the person you were yesterday. Arrogance needs validation. Self-esteem needs truth. Recognizing your qualities is not about thinking you are better than others. It is about understanding that you matter just as much as others. You have qualities you haven't discovered yet. You have strengths you haven't used yet. You have talents you haven't explored yet. You have depths within you that will only reveal themselves when life challenges you. Every experience you have ever lived has shaped a part of your inner strength. Your disappointments taught you resilience, your failures taught you wisdom, your heartbreaks taught you emotional depth, your successes taught you possibility, your struggles taught you patience, your loneliness taught you self-reliance, your fears taught you courage, your uncertainties taught you adaptability, and your hopes taught you imagination. Nothing you have lived has been wasted. Everything has contributed to your inner qualities. But the problem is that most people are not trained to see their growth. They are trained to see their weakness. We live in a world that highlights flaws more than strengths. You make one mistake, people notice. You do 10 things right, people forget. You fail once, and the world remembers. You succeed repeatedly, and the world says you got lucky. When you are surrounded by messages that magnify imperfections and minimize qualities, it becomes difficult to see yourself clearly. But clarity is exactly what you need to build self-esteem. Clarity comes from turning inward and asking yourself, what qualities have helped me survive? What strengths have helped me grow? What abilities do I use every day without even realizing it? These questions open the door to self-awareness. Recognizing your qualities is not about perfection. It is about authenticity. It is about knowing that you are human, evolving, learning, improving, and growing. It is about understanding that your qualities are not static, they change, expand, deepen, and evolve with time. The qualities you had 10 years ago are different from the qualities you have now. You have matured emotionally. You have gained new perspectives. You have faced new challenges. You have developed new abilities. You have survived things you once thought you could never handle. You are not the same person, and that is your greatest quality, your ability to grow. Self-esteem grows when you accept all parts of yourself, not just the parts the world celebrates. Recognizing your qualities also means recognizing your vulnerabilities. Your sensitivity is a quality. Your ability to feel deeply is a quality. Your capacity to love fully is a quality. Your openness is a quality. Your honesty is a quality. Your emotional depth is a quality. These qualities make you human, and humanity is more beautiful than perfection. Recognizing your qualities also means breaking free from comparison. Comparison is the thief of self-esteem. When you measure your worth against the highlight reels of others, you will always feel inadequate. But when you measure your worth against your journey, your growth, your efforts, your resilience, and your intentions, you begin to understand your true value. Nobody else has lived your life. Nobody else has felt your emotions. Nobody else has survived your struggles. Nobody else has your exact combination of experiences, memories, dreams, strengths, and perspectives. You are incomparable because you are unique. You may not see your qualities because you are too close to yourself. Just as a person standing too close to a painting cannot appreciate the full picture, you might be too close to your own life to see the beauty of your own qualities. But step back, observe, reflect, and you will see how much strength you have carried, how much love you have given, how much wisdom you have gained, and how much resilience you have shown. Recognizing your qualities empowers you. It helps you make better decisions, because you make choices from a place of strength rather than insecurity. It helps you build healthier relationships, because when you know your value, you do not settle for disrespect. It helps you handle challenges more confidently, because you remember the qualities that helped you survive before. It helps you pursue dreams with courage, because you believe in your abilities. It helps you build boundaries, because you understand what you deserve. And most importantly, it helps you live authentically, without pretending, without hiding, and without shrinking. Your qualities are your inner wealth, and when you begin seeing them clearly, you begin living differently. You begin carrying yourself with quiet confidence, walking into rooms with presence, speaking with clarity, loving without fear, healing without shame, and living without apology. Recognizing your qualities is not just an emotional process, it is a spiritual awakening. It is the moment when you finally meet yourself, accept yourself, and embrace yourself fully. And so, as you move forward in your life, remember that your qualities are not something you need to search for, they are something you need to uncover. They have always been within you. They are written into your soul, carved by your experiences, shaped by your struggles, strengthened by your choices, and illuminated by your dreams. All you need is the willingness to look within, the courage to see yourself clearly, and the grace to accept your own worth. This journey begins with a single realization: you have qualities that matter, you have strengths that are real, and you have worth that is undeniable. When you recognize your qualities, you recognize yourself. And that is where true self-esteem begins.